Hello, I'm Carl Stabe, and today I have Joe Ferrero with me of 1% Better Podcast and the founder of Damn Good Conversations. Thank you so much for being here. What's your 5 minute system?
Oh, this is exciting. Think about it. People say I want to have better conversations. All right, that's great. Without a system, it sounds abstract. We don't know where to go. So, one of the great systems of all time, whether it's a pilot or a surgeon, how about a checklist? How about a simple checklist that you could almost literally check off as you go? So here's my 5 minute how to have better conversations checklist. Let's just keep it simple. First thing, the old Atari game Pong, not ideal for conversations. Carl asks a question, Joe asks a question, Carl asks a question, Joe asks a question. No, 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 no. We don't want that. It seems like, oh, we're building something. No, no, no. One person's the host, one person's the guest. People say to me, well, that sounds great on a podcast. I say, no, that's real life too. They get confused. The first step of having a conversation is picking your partner. Maybe even skipped over that. So many times in life we don't get to pick our partner. We don't have a podcast. The person next to me at the station might be my partner. No problem. Now you've have your partner in the conversation. Who in this moment, ask yourself, is going to be the host? Who is going to be the guest? It sounds a little bit highfalutin. No, it isn't. What it is you're going to make that person feel special by you taking that role of asking questions. So you ask a question. Hey, I noticed, you have a picture of a goldfish in your hand. Yeah, I noticed you do too. Nope. What's that picture mean to you? Dig deep. How long have you had that stuffed animal? Keep going on that person until it gets dry. You don't need to return serve, and that's it. So that's something that I differ with right away from most experts. It's, hey, I think one person should take on the question asker role and one should be the question answerer. So that's the first thing. After that, let's pick a topic, right? If we're here to just shoot the breeze, it's going to be fun. It's not going to be valuable for a listener at all. Let's talk about that if we're public. Even if we're private, though, a meandering conversation where we catch up, never as powerful as, hey, Carl, come over. We're going to talk about how to make the best barbecue sauce we ever made in our lives. That's all I want to know is what is your secret recipe? And I pepper you with questions about that. So step one, let's pick a partner. Step two, one person's the host, one person's the guest. Step three, let's have a topic, a focused topic that we're going to talk about for a finite amount of time. Then we start crafting questions. I prefer that people go into the conversation with a plethora of questions ready. But the problem is they sometimes say, I'm going to have to ask all those 10 questions. I have a philosophy. One question is all you need. If you have one question you really want to know from the person and you listen to their answer like your life is on the line, I promise you will have a follow-up question. I've never seen it happen where someone asks a question about a topic they're interested in from a place of genuine curiosity and then doesn't know what to ask as a follow-up. Even if we say that's a mic drop moment, it might be on air, and hopefully we have a few here, but the reality is you're going to have a follow-up. You don't have to go to the list. So we got that going. And then the questions can be at a basic level, open-ended, right? Let's avoid did, do, are, is, are, those kind of questions where the answer is going to be yes or no. And let's just, even if you started your question with did, you can just throw in what ways? In what ways did becoming a dog owner improve your life? Not did becoming a dog owner improve your life. We're going to get quick answers there. We want to be open ended. And then finally, what I would say is every great artist, every great writer, they revise. So why aren't we revising our questions? Yes, we can't do it in real time, but with the tools that exist, whether it's a notebook and go that way, or whether it's AI on screen, let's listen to the questions we ask. Let's see if they're from a place of curiosity. Let's see if they have an open-ended start. And let's see if we can craft them a little better. And if we had time, unlimited time, we can go to a bonus level, which is a little fancier. Is the question as I asked it original, fresh, something you don't hear every day, something that honors our partner, and we can kind of go down that road. And there's probably 10 other levels, Carl. But if you're asking to improve a conversation in 5 minutes, those steps are going to pay exponential dividends. There's no question about it.
I love that. And I think it's it's easy. It's better to keep it simple. Back to your point of, in our interview, if you overcomplicate things, you end up just tripping over yourself And I would say, even just picking one of those areas and focusing on that, just keep it small and simple. And back to your 1%, don't, I wouldn't even try to improve all five at once. Just be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to be the interviewer this time. I'm going to take that role and practice that. And you'd be surprised within, 10 times of going to a party and you're just think of you put on the interviewer invisible hat, and man, that is so powerful. And I love that. And I think, more people should think like that, because then you don't feel like you need to tell a great story. You can just keep the focus on them. And you'd be surprised how much people will love that attention.
I can't agree more. I mean, you're 100% right. Sometimes people say, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be peppering them with questions. And I would say, when's the last time you were accused of asking too many questions?
Right.
It's very infrequent. You and I might get it because we host podcasts. Once in a while, someone might give us either a visual or say, like, no, that's enough. But for the most part, nobody ever gets accused of asking too many questions. In fact, the only time it happens is at the end of a meeting and Sally raises her hand and she has a legitimate question. And then we shame her by looking at her and being like, we got to get out of here. We got to wrap it up. Even
Yeah.
in those situations, it's like, if the question is damn good, I want to be there. I want to hear it because it's going to make the organization better. You can tell we can talk about this for a long time, but I think when you ask for a simple system, even your suggestions, start with one of those and you're going to see huge, huge gains.
Yes. I love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.